I think like you said, right, like it kind of just depends. And, it's also one of those just interesting games. I think, there's times too where certain people reach success, not because they didn't earn it, but also they reach certain levels because, things clicked at a certain time. But yeah, I don't know. That sounds really like a really cool book and like world building. I'm weird. My friends always tell me that. Like my brother tells me that with movies too. Like I'll always find something from a writer standpoint that, I enjoy. So I've had quite a few authors with an extensive back catalog, and I'm like, oh, I really like this. I really like this. So I don't know. I like different flavor. I like to see how people do different things, and particularly with world building, or I love when people say thriller in a fantasy or sci-fi setting or motif. Like for me, that's just like one of the things I love. I love seeing like those new things. So I'm interested to check that one out. I had a friend, I think he has the physical copy, so he's going to lend to me. So I can't wait. So you're on here 3 times this year for me,
Yeah.
Tim, so far. So
Me-
I'm really excited about that.
my goal this year is to just kind of finish things. So there are a bunch of stuff that like the Bladecaster novellas, Wraithbound, other things that I got started that I am not able to finish for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And so like going back and cracking that stuff out. Like that's why the fifth Bladecaster novella will be this year. Wraithbound will be this year. But I've also got 2 books that I'm contracted to finish by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of dropping those things between projects.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
put them in there. So anyway,
Good news for you, Tim, is I'm a dad and I am always slammed at work, so I never notice. Like all of a sudden, it's like I'm like, oh, like when the latest Bladecaster book came out, I was like, this is exciting. I didn't even, I must have missed it, or I knew you said, something about it, and then the next thing I know, like for me, it was like it was just there, and I read it and reviewed it, enjoyed it, and then for me, it felt like yesterday when you released it. So the next one will probably be the same. But I know not everybody's like that, and I respect everybody. Because I used to wait for R.A. Salvatore for years, like yeah, like
yeah,
a year and a half between books, and now I haven't gotten caught up on purpose, so I can just like I'm a binger, so it's really bad. I do it with books, TV shows,
yeah,
and
well,
movies, yeah, games too. But yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to to reading book one, and yeah, I can't wait to see my friend. He's like, we should book club it. I'm like, whatever you want. I was like, as long as I can read it this year, I'm like totally fine with that. I gotta ask this though, Tim, before we wrap up. If you had to fight one of your characters, who would you most be afraid of and why?
yeah, all of them. Because I write terrifying people.
You really do.
I don't, I don't want to get involved.
I looked some of them up, and I was like, I have no idea what you would pick.
Yeah, like Jacob Byrne. No, no, that guy is Reacher in a steampunk world. I don't want anything to do with that guy. Uh, honestly, like the main character from Ray Cathonis from Wraithbound is probably the least intimidating because he's having a mental breakdown constantly. Um, but if like the Wraith comes through, then no, because that guy's a psychopath. Um, I'm not, you know, the dragon fight would be over really quickly. That would be very simple, straightforward. He is an assassin that is also a dragon. I'm just dead, you know. Uh, Lohit Mast from Bladecaster. Um, I think I could talk my way out of that fight. So there it is. I think it's Lo. I think Lo and I could just sit down and have a nice dark cup of tea and discuss what's wrong with the world, and we'd be
That's actually a really good strategy that I had not considered. I thought I had you cornered with everybody, but actually, yeah, that would be a good one with him.